Encased Polka Dot Acrylic Nail Art Tutorial by Hot Pink Zebra Polish. We're going to start by forming the smile line with Cover Pink, and you're going to want to remove the excess monomer from the back of the brush, just so that it has a nice opaque color, and so it's stiff enough to form the smile line that you want. Add another wet bead to the back, and this is going to be where the cuticle area is, and make sure that you smooth that so that it has a nice rounded shape. Once that's cured, you're going to want to file the smile line so that it's smooth and perfect. And now I'm going to be applying black acrylic up against our pink, and this is going to line the French tip. And when the black cures, you're going to want to file it like you did with the Cover Pink. So now, with all of the bright colors I have, I'm going to be applying tiny beads just across the nail. And I have them all lined up in a nice little row so that I don't use one more than the other, so I just start at one end and I work my way down, and I'm changing colors with each bead. You don't want any of these to touch each other, because that way when you apply the black over the top of them, they won't be able to get in between and they won't have that nice outline around them. So make sure you leave a little bit of space between each color. And one thing I do want to mention is you don't have to worry too much about if they're kind of a weird shape, like that green and yellow one that accidentally did touch and I was able to separate them, how it kind of looks messy behind that. Don't worry, it's all going to get covered up with black in a moment anyway, so little mishaps like that really aren't the end of the world. And once you get towards the end and you can see where you have little spaces, you're going to want to add colors where there aren't any near that. So even if you just did place a pink bead, if you can see where there's a spot where it looks like a pink bead should go, you can break your rule. So now, as I mentioned, start and just cover up the entire nail with black. This is one of the hardest things that I had to do for this one, just because I didn't want to cover up all of that beautiful colors that I just placed, even though that I knew filing it away I'd get them back. But cover them up. And you want to make sure that you fill in all over around the sides and over the top of each one. And don't try and get it thick enough so that the nail's smooth, because that would take a lot of black acrylic, and so just try and get it so that they're all coated. And other than that, you should be good. So then start filing. This is the part that's fun, because then you get to see how the colors just magically appear. During this step, you're going to want to file it until it's smooth. The smoother you can get it now, the easier it's going to be to keep it smooth later on. And I'm using a 180 grit file here, just so you know. So now that I've got that nice and smoothed out, I'm going to be covering the entire tip with clear. And I am going to go up over the pink some as well, but since that's already pretty thick, I'm just going to blend it out towards the pink. So just continue covering that tip with the clear until it's got a nice smooth finish. And now you're just going to want to file that clear layer just enough to just make sure that if there's any divots or bumps or weird things going on, you get rid of them. But if you apply the clear acrylic smooth, you shouldn't have to do too much filing, just a little bit, just to get it to look as perfect as you can. Remove any scratches that the other file may have left behind with a padded file, and mine is 240 grit. And then starting with the green side of your buffer, buff it until it has a nice satiny finish. And then flip it over to the white side until it has a beautiful shine. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like my design. Please share any recreations with me on Facebook and Twitter. I always love to see them and they look gorgeous. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!